Hey everyone, Maury Curtis Dunbar here on a spring Saturday in April. Yes, we are working on spring projects. Now I'm coming on a little later than I normally do. Usually I try to be on between 4 and 4:30. It's a little closer to 5, and the reason for that is the reason I'm looking over there. First of all, let me get myself up here on my iPad, turn the volume down so I don't hear myself in an echo chamber. And then we will go forward from there. Hey, Teresa, nice to see you here. So I'm going to push the camera around to the side, see if I can get it so you can see back there. So if you see back there on the right of your screen, you'll see the desk that's upside down. That was my project for the live today. Unfortunately, the layer of paint I put on is still not dry because it's rainy out here. And if nothing else, that is a heck of an indicator as to why you make sure that you know what the weather is when you're working, because I didn't pay attention and I painted too late, and so it's going to stay wet for longer. So we're going to work on something else. I had to kind of pull something out of my behind today to figure out what I could do, since the original plan sort of fell aside. Hey Sandra, hey Chloe, nice to see you here. All right, I'm going to turn on a light. First of all, I'm going to show you what we accomplished yesterday after the live. Now, yesterday, you might remember I made, a couple little fun pairs of earrings out of the things I cast in resin, like those. Those I actually look forward to wearing. And then we made a few magnets out of the candies, and I put a big magnet card on the back of this. Well, today I pulled a whole lot of other stuff out of the bins and made magnets and stuff out of everything that I had going on. So let's flip this down. I'm not even sure you can see. Yeah, I know you can't see it all. Let me pull this back. Today, we made multiple rose magnets. I think I've got 5 of them here. The skulls that I cast last Halloween and last Christmas for ornaments, those are now magnets. All these extra little hearts and stuff that I made at Valentine's Day. All of these oddball shapes that I have been making and pouring, I've turned them all into magnets, so we will be selling the magnets, but also now you know what you can do with that kind of stuff. So that actually makes things really easy. Hello, Mary Higginbottom. Sorry if I pronounce it wrong. I'm reading on a small screen. All right, so those are going to set to the side here. We're going to flip this back down. So what we're going to work on today is more of these little guys. Now, I think I'm only going to do one during the live today. I just need to pick a color, and I'm feeling very springy. So we have a light green, a light blue, and a teal color. I think I'll play with the teal color today. All right, I'm going to pull my palette that you've seen me working with many times before. I literally just put a piece of press and seal over it and get ready to use it again. Now, some of these paints may be dried out. I haven't used them in about a week, so I wouldn't be surprised. I take a little cup, put a little water in it, because it's not like I need a big water tin for working on such a little project. Sorry. So I think, let's open this up. And let me pull all my brushes from over on the side here. All my many different sizes of little tiny rounds that I use. Let's see. One of my rounds disappeared. One of the brand new ones, it just like fell off the table somewhere. Now it's gone. Okay, so we're gonna play, and I think first thing we're gonna do is maybe create some flowers, but to create the flowers, I need to create some stems. Now, I think what I'll do is zoom in a little. So I'll try to remember to look up from time to time and make sure that I am in focus and on the screen, but I do tend to lose track of that from time to time. If I'm really into what I'm painting. So what I'm doing here is I'm just painting a few long stems so that I can paint some flowers on them. So the first thing I like to do is just paint in a few stems. I'm not trying for them to be evenly spaced. I'm not trying for them all to look identical. I just needed to put something on there so that there's a stem. So the next thing we do is going to be, so I've got white paint. I must have a little bit of white paint on my fingers or something from opening. Yeah, I do, because I'm smearing some white paint on here. Fortunately, that won't be an issue. All right, so I'm going to take a little yellow, and we're going to do a couple of different, I think I'll just do some pretend tulips on here. I'm not going for crazy fancy or anything, because these are small, and I just need to give the implication that the tulip's there. Let's do this on this side with alternate colors. Okay, and then let's go in for some pink over here. That's getting very dry. I think this will be the last use for that pink. I'm going to have to make some more. So these little spool dolls are actually called gnome-shaped dolls because of their shape. Gee, I wonder how they came up with that. And I just thought these were so cute, and I wanted to make a few. And again, these are just little decorative items. You can drill holes in the top, make them ornaments. You can sand them flat on the back, put a magnet on them. You can just set them on the shelf to look adorable, and that'll work too. All right, so I've got some of those shapes in, and then I'm gonna come in back here with some more of the green, and we're just gonna kind of create some grass shape. Again, the idea is that these can be as complex or as rustic as you want. I may go look up some images for various Russian nesting dolls, and maybe I'll appropriate a few of those styles to do. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, now that I've got all my green, long, grassy strands in there, is then I'm going to come back into my white and do a few dots, make it look like there's some flowers in here. Because these will translate when I'm done to be looking very much almost like Lily of the Valley or Snowdrops or something like that. I like that. And Amy's on. Hey, Amy. And my husband Chip is on. That's William on there. Hello, beloved. How are you? And let's see who else is on. Sarah, thank you for popping in. Okay, let's keep dotting in a few things here. Amy, this would have been a good project for Libby this year because she is at 7, old enough to do some of this stuff and enjoy it. So now we've got sort of this little spring flowery pattern going. Next thing to do is come back in and use the lighter green. And then we're going to paint some more grass on here. And the layering of the two colors adds some depth. And as you can tell, I am not working to have this be anything other than rustic, kind of country, crafty feeling. I love this kind of style. I'm gonna turn it around, make sure I didn't miss anything. Now, if I find that when it dries up and if it looks too light, I'm gonna just come back in with a little more of the darker green from over here. And I'm gonna always add a few more in here. I'm just adding them lightly at the bottom. So that's already looking very cute, very springy, very casual. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Teresa. Thanks for popping in and visiting with us today. All right, so I think the next thing I'm going to do is give my little person a face here. So we're going to do some eyes. Make sure I'm on camera so you can see what I'm doing. Get a little more paint on my brush. And we make the faces very small and very simple. They just translate better. Let's get a little bit of red. Oh, come on. Red's not all dried up, but there's a skin on it, so I gotta get into there. Okay, let's get the mouth in. Okay, I got that on. I think what I might like to do is just play with the eye on this a little bit, maybe add a couple lashes. It's very hard for me to show this on camera because I'm doing it very, very small. See if I got that there. I don't know if you can catch that on camera, but I did put very fine lashes on that. And then just a little pink blush on the cheeks. Now, if you're a toll painter, these little shapes are so fun. And you can use all kinds of faux effects products, our set coat. I think this one is, oh Lord. I think this is Metal Glow in, oh gosh, I just dipped it in the wrong color. Santa Maria. I had to think for a second. I think the color is called Santa Maria in Faux Effects Metal Glow, which gives you this gorgeous teal. You know, I put the jars away, and without them right in front of me, unless it's black or white or something really obvious, I cannot remember the names of the colors. Okay, so now we have the little face on here. Hi, Heather. So look how cute that is. I mean, honestly, that's just adorable. I'm loving that. And then, of course, we need to do the head, or the cap or whatever you want to call it. So we're going to start out at the top here. Need to check to see if I've got places that I can. There's still some wet spots, so I'm trying not to stick my fingers in them. All right, so we're going to do a little petal shape starting at the head, at the tip of the cap. I don't know, peak of the head. You can call them cone heads if you remember those Saturday Night Live sketches from the 80s and the 70s. The cone heads with Lorraine Newman and Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray. I think Bill Murray did the cone heads. I don't remember. He wasn't a cone head. I think that was Jane Curtin, Dan Aykroyd, Lorraine Newman, and then the rest would just be other people who came to visit. I was getting my Saturday Night Live characters mixed up because I was thinking about Bill Murray playing Todd to Lisa Lubner as well, with Gilda Radner. Oh my gosh, there were so many really funny moments on Saturday Night Live back in those days. There's still some good ones now. I just miss, back then it was all new, cutting edge, so it was pushing the boundaries. Now it's pretty much similar all the time, so I don't watch it like I used to. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit of white into my flower just to give a little detail. I know you can't really see what I'm painting because I have to turn it to me to paint it. There we go. Let's get a little, I'm gonna put a little blue center on that one in the cap. So this whole conversation I just had with you about the cone heads will tell you how my mind wanders when I'm doing work like this. Because honestly, if I hadn't been looking at something shaped like a cone head, I would never have even thought about Saturday Night Live. And then, of course, my brain wanders off and, here we are doing other things and talking about the cone heads and all kinds of stuff. All right, so I'm going to paint a couple more flowers on here. And then I may give it a rest for the day. And you'll note I'm not even really trying to make really perfect flowers. I just need the shapes on here. I want the whole thing to be, if not ideally perfect, then marvelously implied. And that is very wet paint, so I can't do much more. I gotta let it lay there while it dries. Otherwise, it's just gonna make a mess. All right, everybody. Let me push this into the center. You can see what we were doing today. I clearly got extremely wet paint here, and I can't do another thing with it. So because that's so wet, I really just need it to dry, and then I can move on from there. Unfortunately, that was my own mistake. I'm the one who did that. But we got most of this done, and really my goal for the rest of the cap is lots and lots and lots of flowers built up on top of each other, which would have to take another day anyway so that it can cure up and dry as I put layers of flowers on each other. So let me zoom back out as I would like to. There we go. So today we did our little guys. We reviewed all of these wonderful magnets that I've made. I mean, these are fun. Talk about a glamour girl's idea of a refrigerator magnet. How fun is that? So that's what we're doing today. Anything that, any questions you have, of course, clearly, easily posted in here in the comments. And I will be happy to answer them for you. And it's Saturday. I have a couple errands and then I'm going home, and I'll be home for the weekend, and I'll see you all back here on Tuesday. Of course, our website, Painted Studio, let me flip this up. Our website, paintedstudio.com, is always available 24/7, so you can order online. I come in the next day, we ship your order out, and it goes out to you. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.